Here we go. Jason Rice, Lot Party quick tip for used cars. And I'm just getting frustrated. I've posted a few things like this out there, and I'm going to do it again because, man, I'm just so sick of the information that I see out there and how dealerships make pricing decisions and stuff. And I'm going to park it back to market data, and I'm going to tell you here, inventory management tools. I don't care which one you're using. I won't mention any of them by name. It doesn't matter where you get them from. A lot of times we're going into those inventory management tools. We might look at competitive sets. We're going to narrow things down and try to make his best educated decision in this inventory management tool based on market data. Now, again, this is where it's not their fault. They're getting their data from listing sites and dealers sites, third-party sites, Auto Trader, Cars.com, Car Gurus, TrueCar, Carfax, wherever they're listed, your own website. Those dealers are listing their inventory on these sites. That's where the inventory management tool gets their information from. The bad thing is that dealers are feeding this information in there. So I'm getting upset about two things. One, dealers, we could do so much better on listing our inventory because one, I think dealers are purposely manipulating the information, or two, they don't know exactly what they have in inventory. And there's systems getting better and better with this. I know Cars.com has the auto-corrected tool, which will actually do a deeper dive than just a VIN explosion. They'll actually look at build-out sheets. I think vAuto's coming out with something that helps dealers get better with listing stuff. There's other things out there that helps dealers with this. Let me show you. I'm going to share my screen right now, and I'm going to go into Car Gurus, for example. And the reason why I'm just picking Car Gurus is because I'm looking at just sheer volumes of listings, because they list dealers' inventory for free. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at F-150s as an example. I use them a lot as examples of bad information out there on the internet, because Fords typically have a not very good VIN explosion. You have to be very specific on what you're listing. Now, I just have a particular zip code here, not a big deal where I'm looking at. I did a 500-mile radius. Again, I'm looking for volume, 1,235 listings. So one of the things that I start doing, because here's what you want to do. You guys know packages better than I do, and so forth. But let's take a look in a 500-mile radius, right? How many of those out there are Lariats and Lariat rear-wheel drives? Let's throw those into our searches and let the list be updated. And so the reason why I'm going to pick Lariats is because I know now there's 123 listings. The reason why I'm picking Lariats is because I know Lariats come standard with leather interior. So let's go down here and let's look at features like leather interior, because customers, so of those cars listed, only 80 of them are listed with leather seats. Fair enough. So again, now all of a sudden we have a chunk of cars listed out there. Now let's go back up to the top without standard features like leather. A couple other things that I was looking at. Now the search might be a little bit different than what I was looking at before, but few unknown, 9 unknown colors, not 26 have unknown interior colors. Those are important. There is another thing that I was looking in here at another market where the vehicle was a Lariat. Okay, I'm going to refresh this. Let's do this again. Let's do a 500-mile radius. Let's do a search. Ford F-150s in California, 4,300. Let's go down here again. I think, yeah, I had to refresh it. 491 Lariats, another 65 that are Lariat rear-wheel drives. There's my list. This is the list I was looking at earlier. 556 Lariats. Now, of those, okay, let's go back down to leather interior. Well, there's a Lariat package, 115. Again, kind of confusing there. 329 of the 550 have leather interior, even though all Lariats should come with leather. We know that. So do this on any other website. I don't care if it's car gurus. Again, I'm not blaming car gurus. I'm blaming the dealers for this misinformation. The other thing that I want to start looking at is 53 have unknown colors. That matters. 176 have unknown interior colors. These are all things that we're ranking our inventory off of. There is another thing up here where I was looking at a manual transmission lariat. That's weird. I've never heard of those before. Oh, and they have it as a great deal. Now, this is where I would dispute with car gurus on their rankings. Let's look at this nice manual lariat F-150. Hold on, wait. That's not a lariat. That's cloth seats. Oh, and it's an automatic. Okay, so dealers, remember I said two things. Dealers will run to sites like Car Gurus and blindly price their cars to get it from a great to good to great and fair deal just to satisfy the Car Guru guides. When we looked here, Car Gurus has so much misinformation in here, right? They're not accurately depicting these cars due to the fact that dealers don't accurately list their cars. How is a lariat stick? Doesn't exist. How do these lariats all have leather interior? Because dealers aren't pushing that information out. So again, your inventory management tool, right, is getting this data from these sites, and then dealers are feeding these sites. I put the blame on the dealerships, one, but two, I don't agree with going back into here when there's the cabin size is unknown. Click here. If they don't know the cabin size, how can they determine if it's a great or good deal? Is my point. They can't, right? This keeps defaulting back to 100-mile radius. If we know it's a lariat and it has a lariat rear-wheel drive, why is there a lariat package down here, which again is a whole other set of vehicles? Why is there heated leather seats, and a small chunk of them actually have leather seats when they are actual lariats? So what I'm sharing with you here is my frustration is we can do better. One, as dealers, listing our cars accurately. Quit manipulating these sites. It's manipulating the consumers. We're wondering why companies like Vroom are going to be doing commercials on NFL to make dealers look bad. It's not that we go shocking customers with batteries. I get that, but it's dealers that list inventory inaccurately to manipulate the systems, which we know happen more times than not. We're just blindly taking in this information and making pricing decisions off of it, because these sites, we think we can trust these sites, and we can't, because again, information's wrong, but these sites are ranking these cars with that wrong information. A great deal on a manual lariat that has cloth seats. Come on now. A customer's going to see that, and then they're coming to the dealership and they're going to get pissed off. And dealership says, that's okay. At least I got them in the door. And that's why I did it that way. This is stupid. So we got to do a better job at it, and these are things that we help dealerships make sure cars are listed right. You got to look at what's actually happening on your lot before you worry about what's going on in the market, because this market data is crap. If you want a demo, maybe see how we can maybe help you do that stuff, go lotpop.com. But again, that's not my message here. We got to do better than just blindly using these sites and trusting them. Hope this was helpful.